Hello and welcome. This is The Listener, Faceless Opinion. Welcome you back to Skyrim Month, the series where we go over Skyrim-related topics throughout the entire month of November. The Dark Brotherhood. Out of all the factions and questlines in this game, the Dark Brotherhood, beyond any shadow of a doubt, is the best in the entire game. It is my favorite. Why do I say that? Because it has the best story out of all the questlines. You get some fairly good loot, like the Blade of Woe, Shadowmere, the Dawnstar Sanctuary, Cicero as a follower, the gold, can't forget about that one, as well as all the other rewards that you could possibly end up getting. The members within the Brotherhood were interesting for the most part. All in all, it checks a lot of boxes for me. Now, let's talk about the story, since that is something I always like to talk about. I like it. You don't seek to join the Brotherhood. They approach you after you unintentionally steal one of their contracts. After making things right, you are offered an invitation to join and partake in the bloodshed as you take on assassination contract after assassination contract. However, things change when Cicero enters the sanctuary, and being alongside him is the corpse of the Night Mother, during which it is revealed that you are the listener, the only person who can hear the Night Mother's words on people who wish to perform a contract with the Brotherhood, which leads to you getting the biggest request yet, the job where you have to assassinate the Emperor. To do so, you do other contracts to assure that the Emperor makes an appearance in order to kill him. When that time arrives, it is revealed that it was a trap. Apparently one of the members of the Brotherhood sold you out to the Emperor's personal guards, the Pantis Oculatus. After surviving the trap, you head back to the sanctuary to find out that the Pantis Oculatus are in the midst of destroying the place and slaughters most of the members within. Go in and help whoever is still alive, and after destruction, you go and confront Astrid, the leader of the sanctuary, and who was the one who sold you out. She apologizes for what she did, and you put her out of her misery. Then the final act happens, where you go kill the Emperor before he leaves Skyrim. You make his way to his ship, fight your way through, and come to face with the Emperor, who accepts his end gracefully. Afterwards, you collect the money from the contract, tie up any loose ends you have, and begin rebuilding the Dark Brotherhood. This is a good questline, and is the only one where I will say that I have no issues with the player becoming the leader of the group at the end. I think it makes the most sense compared to the other factions. You are the listener. You killed the Emperor. You rebuilt the Brotherhood. I can't think of another candidate more deserving of it. One thing that I will praise the Brotherhood storyline for doing, what others don't, is make a lot of the members in the group be relevant in some way. It feels like everybody is contributing in some form. Astrid oversees your progress. Nazir gives you side contracts to pass the time and get extra money. Gabriella helps you weaken the morale of the Emperor's security detail. Festus helps you locate the gourmet so you can assume his identity. Vizara helps you escape solitude after the wedding assassination. Armbjorn hunts down Cicero after he goes mad and tries to kill Astrid. Hell, even Cicero helps. First by bringing in the Night Mother, which in turn leads to you becoming the listener and becomes an actual follower, assuming that you spare his life in the Cure for Madness quest. Everybody contributes, except for Babette. She doesn't really do anything that contributes to the questline. Sure, you can use her for alchemy training and buy ingredients, but that is just disappointing. I mean, she is a child who is also a vampire. I feel like she could contribute in some meaningful way, especially since people are gullible enough to fall for her innocent little girl act. Now, just because everybody helps in some way doesn't automatically mean that they have a big presence. Honestly, I would have liked it if some of the other members had a bit more screen time, especially since that most of them end up dying. I'm not saying that I dislike any one of them. No. The thing is, I'm kind of neutral on it. Doesn't really give off that emotional sucker punch because I did not feel all that connected with the others. The only members I could say that I legitimately really liked would be Nazir and Cicero. The others are okay. I just don't feel close with them, and that is a shame because the whole dynamic of the Brotherhood is that they all consider themselves to be one big family. Dark Brotherhood questline, in my eyes anyways, has the best antagonist in the entire game, and that person is Commander Morrow. Really, Faceless, I hear you say. Out of all the people in the game, you think this guy's better than Alduin, better than Harkin, better than Mirak? He's so much weaker in comparison. Yes, Commander Morrow, in terms of power, is the weakest, but it isn't the power that I'm judging him by. It's his motivation, and the fact he is the most grounded out of the others. Every other antagonist is a power-hungry, narcissistic megalomaniac who are delusional and have goals that are questionable and come off as minimal. Mirak and Harkin wanted power, Mercer Frey was a greedy asshole, Alduin just wanted to dominate, Ancano, who knows what he wanted, while for Commander Morrow, his motivation for what he does is duty. He is in charge of the Panis Oculatus, the security detail of the Emperor of Tamriel. For obvious reasons, he is going to stand in the Brotherhood's goal of assassinating Titus Mede II, but that changes because during the quest, Breaching Security, where you kill Commander Morrow's son, Gaius, and plant incriminating evidence on him, that makes it personal to Morrow, which furthers his resolve to protect the Emperor and to destroy the Dark Brotherhood. When the time comes to where he sends the Panis Oculatus to destroy the Sanctuary and slaughter most of the Brotherhood, he is completely justified in doing that, to ensure the Emperor's safety and to get revenge. Also, throwing the fact that during the quest Hail Sithis, Commander Morrow is optional, not required, which really shows that he isn't necessarily a bad guy, who doesn't really deserve death compared to the other antagonists. Whether or not you choose to kill him is up to you. Me, I always end up killing him because I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Anyhow, Commander Morrow, in his short appearance, is able to be more interesting and nuanced villain compared to anybody else in this game, and deserves more praise than he gets, which is hardly none. Alright, I felt like I've praised the Dark Brotherhood questline for a good portion of this video. Now it's time for me to get critical and talk about the issues I have with it. I have two criticisms. My first would have to be about Astrid's betrayal. Now, I don't have an issue with the reason for her betrayal. I think it's understandable that she wants things to remain the same with her family, and with the addition of the Night Mother, Cicero, and you being the listener, puts all that at risk, which makes sense. My problem with it is that it kind of comes out of nowhere, like there was no subtle build-up to it, like Astrid just decided, you know what, fuck the listener. I know he's doing a lot of good stuff for us and all, but still, fuck him. Don't get me started on her making a deal with Commander Morrow. I mean, seriously, did she really expect him to honor his side of the deal, or did she forget that the Brotherhood was responsible for murdering his son, and was willing to let that slide? Hell, even if she promised him that they would not make any further attempts on the Emperor's life, it wouldn't change anything. All it does is make Astrid look like an idiot. Then my next criticism would have to be about the post-story, mainly because there isn't anything really to do after assassinating the Emperor and rebuilding the Dawnstar Sanctuary. I mean, I do like the idea of you and Nazir going around Skyrim trying to recruit new members to actually rebuild the Brotherhood. I would rather have a new character be made than to have some generic Dark Brotherhood initiate as a follower. Not to mention, I do not like the quest Dark Brotherhood Forever. It is a never-ending Radiant quest where you go kill some no-name NPC. That's it. Sure, you have Nazir's contracts, but those don't last. I just wish there were more to do after finishing the quest line. The Dark Brotherhood is an amazing quest line, and I definitely recommend doing it. As I said earlier, you get a fair share of good rewards and is overall very satisfying. I'm not sure as to why someone would choose to destroy the Dark Brotherhood. It kinda makes no sense, which is why I think the quest should be ignored and forgotten, and Bethesda should be ashamed for even making that an option and trying to rob us of this epic tale, but that's just my opinion on it. Now tell me, what do you think about the Dark Brotherhood? If you had to add or change anything, what would it be? Did you choose to destroy the Brotherhood? If so, why? Tell me in the comment section down below. Now if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and make sure you subscribe for more of that good old Skyrim of content. Now until next time, I will catch you all on the flip side.